The hunt is on for the new Robin Hood. Forget Errol Flynn, Kevin Costner, Russell Crowe. We have an audition with Justin Harding. Those refusing to wear tights.
We came up here this morning to the Wynland Boogskiet Club here in Stellenbosch. It was good fun. I learned a little bit. Can't say I was very good at it, but it was a good little experience and something different. We didn't really focus too much on technicalities. It was more just about having a little bit of fun and getting the right procedure right, stance, eye levels. I found out which was my dominant eye, which was good. I didn't quite know before I came here. And it's a lot of concentration and focus. I think not quite for me at my standard. I'm a bit of a beginner still, but I can see the similarities between golf and now archery. It does take a high level of focus, especially to try and get it in that little circle there in the middle. But it was good fun, and I'll definitely come and do it again.
Justin's targets are actually just as they've always been. Going for gold, talking no ball.
I'm still thoroughly enjoying my golf. I am. I seem to have found a few different things which I've worked on this year. I'm trying to be a little bit more patient on the golf course, especially over the last couple of years. I've had a tendency to make too many bogeys. So just trying to eliminate those, try to feel as though when you aren't feeling so great over a particular shot, rather just hit it for the middle of the green, don't go flag hunting. I seem to be swinging it quite nicely and driving the ball well. And then I did a lot of work on my putting, trying to feel like I'm making more putts. I got a little bit down on myself. I was hitting a lot of greens, but I wasn't hitting them all that close. So your putting stats kind of look desperate. Whereas you really actually aren't putting all that badly, but I'm a result-conscious type golfer, so I'd like to obviously see the ball go in the hole, and I kind of just told myself I have to hit it closer.
A simple enough philosophy for a player whose results column shows 5 Sunshine Tour victories against his name going back to 2010, and a good, positive attitude.
I've got a good record when leading, going into the final round of events. I think I just like being a front runner. I have a naturally aggressive game, so sometimes when I find myself that little bit further back, I tend to push just a little bit harder and make a few mistakes which I would otherwise not be making. I wouldn't be able to pinpoint it onto an exact science, but I mean, I've won quite a bit over the years playing amateur golf and through the levels of junior golf and so forth, so I guess maybe a comfort level when they're in thereabouts.
His latest win isn't too long ago. Last September at the Vodacom Origins at Simola, when he led by 2 into the final round.
Simola is a good golf course. It's an unbelievable setting. It's a tough golf course. I hadn't really been going into the tournament with a lot of form, so it was nice to have obviously then put myself in position, and I played with old Toby Tree, and he made about 7 birdies and 7 bogeys, so he had a bit of a roller coaster going, but at least at the time there were birdies being made in the group, and I think that's what's also crucial when you are leading in that final round, where you and your playing partners at least make some birdies and get things going. Otherwise, when you're flat, it can sometimes be a bit difficult to get it into second gear or third gear, which you kind of need to do nowadays.
That tussle with Toby is indicative of the competition and camaraderie he tends to feel in his 8th year as a professional.
Everyone kind of gets along with everyone out on our tour. I think you obviously have your circles which have grown up together in terms of age groups and so forth and so on. I mean, at the end of the day, come tournament time, we're all really out there to finish one shot better than the other. So it's more about actually feeding off the guys that are playing well at that particular point in time, and maybe playing the odd practice round with them and just feeding off the positive vibes that they've got going, whether it be positive thoughts or swinging it good or putting it well or chipping it well. It's just, as naturally analytical players as we are, you kind of look at different things and take little things from everyone else, and I think that's more just about actually playing with the oaks that are playing well.
Justin seems to play well more often than not. He's still a young and ambitious guy, though we've seen other younger players already take big steps. It's not something that rankles.
I've had a somewhat successful career. I mean, obviously I would like to have at this point in time been on one of the main tours, and that was probably the one thing I would say to myself. But then again, a lot of the reasoning behind the fact that I'm not there is because at the time I didn't have the finances to go over and play the Q schools. I went over once and I got through all 3 stages, just fell short at finals. But I mean, that's the thing about our game, is it is expensive and it's difficult to get onto the main tours. You see now a lot of the youngsters that play, the Brandon Stones, the Sander Lombards, the Hayden Porteouses, they've gone on and they've won one of the big ones, and they've pushed on from there. There's only a handful of the guys that have actually gone through through the Q school stage and maintained their cards and kept going. So, look, it's difficult. It's obviously, as I said, not quite where I'd like to be at this point in time, but at the end of the day, at 31, I'm still reasonably young golf-wise. I can still play the game for quite a few more years. And there's certainly a lot of 40-year-olds doing quite well on the PGA Tour at the moment. So, look, I mean, opportunities come and they go. Golf's just about taking advantage of them, man.
It's about maintaining a target, keeping the focus, always trying to arrow in on the prize.
I've got aspirations or goals to go to European Tour School. I think it's something that needs to be done, and I say a risk because it's obviously always a risk going over. There's way too many golfers that do it, but I think if my game's on and I'm playing nicely, then I'll definitely give it a go and see if we can sneak onto that European Tour and play with my other mates.
And there's always the Sherwood Forest Open to look forward to. Justin Harding, take a bow or bow.